research group, we approached the topic of design for tourism services after several years of experience working on the theme of hospitable cities. In particular, over the last 15 years, we had the opportunity to work on projects related to the theme of hospitality, in which the relationship between space and service is crucial. The city represents a system of public spaces and services that aim to welcome not only those who inhabit the city every day, but also its temporary inhabitants. Over the years, the concept of the hospitable city has acquired importance, highlighting the need for urban environments that emphasize inclusiveness, accessibility, and cultural richness. At the core of this concept is the recognition that urban spaces are not merely physical entities, but dynamic platforms for social interaction, economic activity, and cultural exchange. From here, the need to design spaces and services capable of responding to a multitude of needs, combined with the objective of offering authentic, welcoming, and quality hospitality, while at the same time being socially and environmentally sustainable. As a result of all the transformations that took place in urban areas in recent decades, the practice of urban tourism has empowered. Cities become more and more centers of attraction of tourist flows, and this should make us reflect on the response that our cities are capable of giving to the growing demand in this sector, and on their capability to adapt to different situations as big and mega events, for example. In particular, the aspect of social and environmental sustainability in the management of these flows is becoming valuable, so it's essential to talk of the city using the metaphor of the sponge, image that represents a system that is able to change shape and adapt to the needs and to the demand of hospitality. Continuous flows of information, data, and people traverse contemporary cities. Today's cities are no longer occupied, like the traditional ones, only by those who live and work there permanently. The 20th century has brought a radical change. The users of the town are not only residents, but also tourists, commuters, non-resident students, and many others, the so-called contemporary nomads. Temporariness is an increasing common condition of life. Our relations with the places that host us risk to be fast and superficial. This temporal dimension has important consequences from the point of view of environmental and social sustainability. Hence, our interest as a research group is to explore the relationship between hospitality, spaces, and services, and their connection with the host territory and its residents.
In recent decades, the tourism sector has increasingly been characterized by globalized mass tourism, driven by new technologies and more affordable travel prices. Tourism is an ever-expanding industry, becoming an integral part of the global economy, offering economic growth and opportunities for cultural exchange. While the tourism sector has unlocked numerous economic advantages, it has also given rise to several pressing environmental and social sustainability challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted several consequences of over-tourism, such as environmental degradation, gentrification, cultural commodification, and economic inequities. These dynamics within host communities are now unsustainable and characterize what could be defined as extractive tourism, a form of tourism that exploits local resources to generate only economic value, subtracting socio-cultural and environmental resources. Despite several years of academic and practical debate on the concept of sustainability in tourism, the systemic application of theoretical sustainability strategies in practical approaches remains problematic. The gap between promise and implemented sustainability points to the urgency of developing more responsible models of tourism. It means models based on responsibility, capacity to act, and the ability to respond, promoting dialogue and action to make tourism more sustainable. In this scenario, the increasing demand for tourism services is not an unsolved problem. On the contrary, it can be seen as a great opportunity to improve the lifestyle of local communities and implement successful social sustainable tourism strategies. The principles of sustainability can provide an alternative way of designing strategies that can provide solutions to the problem mentioned above. This potential has not yet been fully exploited by the tourism industry, especially from the perspective of designing local services in destinations. Sustainability in the tourism sector should be understood as a social transformation process, investigating how tourism activities can act as catalysts for social changes. In this sense, Design for Social Innovation offered the opportunity to transform sustainability principles into concrete actions and involve local communities and stakeholders in participating in the design of tourism services. From this perspective, design within the sphere of responsible tourism should involve local communities and stakeholders not to produce more engaging products and services, but to make the tourism experience a balancing act of socio-economic benefits for host communities and visitors. Designing in this direction should provide an opportunity to think about a new system of tourism services that challenge the current mass tourism model, promoting local, social and cultural value. The inclusion of design creates a collaborative space where administration and civil society can participate in future world building. In this framework, participatory design emerged as an optimal approach for co-designing tourism services to foster the sustainable development of local communities. Participatory design can give rise to inclusive projects and dialogues by enhancing a complex social dimension involving different actors. Moreover, participatory design aligns with the political role of design in facilitating participatory democracy and advancing topics such as social justice, activism, inclusion, ethics, and democracy. Additionally, its narrative power emerged as a potentially effective method of fostering empathy and making individuals feel involved in decision-making. A participatory approach involving the social fabric of the tourism system fostered the emergence of generative form of tourism. Generative tourism refers to a type of tourism that goes beyond conventional form of travel and consumption. It emphasizes active participation, sustainable practices, and meaningful interaction between tourists and local communities. Generative tourism aims to create positive impacts on both the environmental and the socio-cultural fabric of destinations, fostering mutual understanding, respect, long-term benefits for all stakeholders involved. Sustainability must be seen more as an opportunity through which design can drive social and cultural transformation in the collective tourism imagination. The holistic approach of participatory design is essential for the evolution of responsible tourism models that truly contribute to local sustainable development.